You're watching Current River Broadcasting live on YouTube, your home for Doniphan High School sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by our following sponsors: Davis True Value, Mathis Timber, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, Current River Ford, Davis Sawmill, Countryside Chevy, and Hometown Pharmacy. Here's Keith Bowen with tonight's play-by-play of Doniphan basketball.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Current River Broadcasting here on YouTube. A large crowd has gathered here early tonight for this one between the Neelyville Lady Tigers and the Doniphan Donettes. I'm Keith Bowman. We'll have the play-by-play of the JV game coming up here in a couple of minutes for you. Glad you've tuned in tonight, and if you can't make it out, just sit back and enjoy. We are looking forward to this one tonight. This is one of those games that I think people circle when the schedules come out. They circle it on their calendar, even though Neelyville has kind of run roughshod over the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament and actually pretty much in Southeast Missouri the last 10 years or so. The Donettes are slowly catching up every year, and hopefully tonight will be the night the Donettes can beat the Neelyville Lady Tigers, because Neelyville has already lost one game in the conference to Naylor. And the Donettes are undefeated so far in the conference. Still got a couple of games to go. They've got a game with Twin Rivers coming up, which next week at Twin Rivers. That will be a big game. Those two teams have already played twice. Twin Rivers won the first one in overtime, and the Donettes won the second one handily on Twin Rivers' court. So just sit back and enjoy. Hopefully we will have some really good action for you tonight coming up here in just a little bit. And we've got some younger kids coming out on the floor here. I think they're going to get their picture taken with the Donettes. I don't know if they had a basketball camp or something maybe. But they are all gathering around the Donettes. And Neelyville Lady Tigers coached by Becky Hale. And basically ever since she took over down at Neelyville, she has turned the program around down there. And they have been a powerhouse. And they are still very, very good. Their varsity has a record of 11-4. The Donettes come in 12-3. And we'll talk a little bit before, we'll come on a little bit early between games before the start of the varsity game and talk about some of the stats for the Donettes. And also, I will let you know that Neelyville has defeated the Donettes 18 times in a row. It says Misha records don't go back any further than that, so it might even be more than that. But I know in 2008, Donettes went to the Final Four, so they probably won that year, but they have lost at least 18 games in a row. So that's a long streak that Coach Epps and the girls would like to break here tonight against the Neelyville Lady Tigers. We are getting set for the junior varsity game. We're only going to have a half. It looks like Neelyville only has 5 girls, maybe. Well, they may have more than that. Looks like they've only got about 11 total, so they've got 5 girls. Number 2, Gracie Green, a 5'5 freshman. Number 12, Lainey Dobbins, a 5'5 freshman. Number 15, Ella Aker, a 5'5 freshman. 21, Audrey Ennis, a 5'5 sophomore. And 24, Riley Moore, a 5'6 sophomore. For the Donettes, Grayson Kirby, a 5'8 sophomore. McKenna Monahan, a 5'4 sophomore. Micah Burton, a 5'3 freshman. 32, Kenzie Reedus, a 6-foot freshman. And number 50, Kylie Hawkins, a 6-foot freshman, will start for the Donettes. Neelyville in their road maroon uniforms with gold numbers. Donettes in their home whites. Of course, we're only doing home games for you this year, so the Donettes have their home uniforms on every time. And the Donettes will go from left to right. I don't know if they may switch at the end of the first quarter since they're only going to play a half, but that doesn't really make much difference. Kenzie Reedus will jump circle. In the jump circle, she'll jump against Lainey Dobbins. And the Donettes definitely have a decided height advantage in this junior varsity game. They have 4-5 players and 5'6", and the Donettes have 2 6-footers out there. And Grayson Kirby is about 5'8". So Donettes have a big size advantage in this junior varsity game. I kind of feel like my voice is not real strong tonight, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this, especially if it's a close game in the varsity game. All right, we're ready to go. 7 minutes on the clock. And the ball tipped to Monahan, and she gets around the defense, goes in, the ball is stripped out of her hands. Good defensive play there by Gracie Green. And she didn't foul, just knocked it out, so the Donettes will inbound underneath their own basket. You'll watch for a lob right here. Donettes so much bigger underneath, and Reedus catches the lob and lays it in. Now full court pressure. Aker gives the ball to Moore. Back to Aker. Aker picks up her dribble. Now she finds Green in the front court. Gives it to Dobbins. Dobbins is open for a three-pointer. Up and good. Delaney Dobbins hits a three and gives Neelyville a 3-2 lead. They're in a 2-2-1 press as well. Lob down low to Hawkins, and she lays it in. Good pass by Grayson Kirby. And the big girls could have a field day in this JV game. Aker passes it up to Dobbins. Dobbins has it knocked away. It's loose on the floor. Going to be picked up by Neelyville's Moore. Now over to Green. Green throws on the other side of the floor to Dobbins. Man-to-man defense by the Donettes. Now out front to Aker. Puts it on the floor into the paint. Layup up too hard. Kirby with the rebound. She's got Hawkins out in front, but she's going to be fouled before she can get the pass away. It's going to be on Gracie Green. And the Donettes will inbound it. And number 14, I'll have to get my other score sheet up here. Number 14 is Brooke Griffin, a 5'9" sophomore. I would imagine the rest of these girls basically will play mostly on the varsity. Kirby up to McKenna Monahan. Back to Kirby. And we have a turnover on the Donettes. I'm trying to write down Brooke Griffin's name here because we didn't have anything except who was going to be starting wrote down. Now Micah Burton gets a steal. Gives it to Monahan. Monahan cut off on the baseline. Out to Kirby. Three-pointer by Kirby's up. No good. And a rebound by Reedus. Nice rebound. Gives it out to Burton. Head of the key. Monahan. She's open. Doesn't take it. Gives it to Kirby. Kirby into the paint. Little shot from about 4 feet. Good. Grayson Kirby makes the score 6-3 Donettes. We played a couple, almost 2 minutes here in the JV game. Pass up the floor. They got two men wide open. Green didn't see the man wide open. Now we have a double dribble called on Griffin as Moore was wide open down there when Green got the pass, but she didn't turn around and see her. Donettes had a little bit of trouble with that the other night in the varsity game against Alton, getting beat up the floor. Of course, they won the game by 40 points, but they did get beat a few times. And now Burton lets the pass go through her legs there and out of bounds. So the Donettes turn it over to the Lady Tigers. And bounce pass comes to Griffin up near midcourt. In the corner to Moore. Back on the wing to Aker. Now out front to Dobbins. She dribbles to the right baseline. Back to Moore on the wing. She dribbles one time, picks it up, and gets some help from Aker. And she dribbles over with the left hand. Left wing to Griffin. Baseline Dobbins. Now back out front to Green. Here you go, playing a long way away from the basket right now. Aker out the volleyball line. Goes to Griffin, and the pass is too high, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover on Neelyville. Donettes lead with 4:22 to go first quarter. They lead 6-3. And bounce pass comes to Monahan. They give it back to Kirby. Kirby dribbles around Aker into the front court. Gives it to Monahan. Monahan will dribble one time to Reedus. Then lobs it down low to Hawkins. Ball knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Donettes. And we'll see if they run that lob play again. They didn't set up the same, so we'll see. They get it into Hawkins, too far into the basket, has to dribble back out. She's going to put it up anyway, no good. But she's going to be hacked on the arm. That foul will be on Riley Moore. Kylie Hawkins will step to the free throw stripe. Free throws up a little bit long off the heel. .404 to go first quarter. Donettes make this free throw, they can get set up in the press. And that one's off the heel as well. And a good rebound by Brooke Griffin, and she's tied up by Monahan. And the arrow will favor the Lady Tigers this time. Donettes still get to set up their 2-2-1. Inbounds pass comes to Akers. Up ahead to Green. Green almost has it knocked away, picks it back up. Gives it to Akers, now she'll set it up. Dribbles all the way down to the baseline, goes up, shot won't go. Reedus with a rebound, pass up the floor. Monahan going to take it all the way down, lay it up, no good. But she's going to be fouled. And that'll be on Lainey Dobbins. Now Monahan will go to the free throw line. Eyes it up, puts it up, and no good. Donettes 0 for 3 from the line. That's kind of quick. She dribbled it a couple times, just picked it up and shot it, and didn't take her time and eye it up. We'll see if she does this time. Takes a little more time this time, and she makes this one. People may not think that makes a difference, but it does, folks. More you can look at that rim. Kirby with a steal. Passes ahead. Monahan on the left side, goes up, her shot blocked, but Griffin is going to be picked up a foul. And it'll be 2 more shots for Monahan as the Donettes continue to steal the ball on the press. Monahan 1 of 2 there just a few seconds ago. And this one's short. And again, she just dribbled it, picked it up, and kind of looked up and shot it. You need to keep, I always thought it was best if you're looking at the rim while you're dribbling the ball. She's looking down. She takes a little more time this time, and that one's too long. And a rebound by Dobbins, dribbles it into the front court. And a pass batted away, but it's going to be picked up by Moore. Moore passes it to Griffin, and Kylie Hawkins stepped in front of her and deflected it off of Griffin's hands out of bounds. Donettes lead 7-3. Kirby passes up in the front court to Burton, and Kenzie Reedus wasn't looking for the pass. And we're going to have carrying on number 12, Lainey Dobbins. Coach Hale wanting a foul call. Well, it wasn't reaching him, but she must have carried it first. Burton will get it into the front court. Dribbles to the wing. Back out front to Kirby. 3 minutes left first quarter. Kirby goes behind the back. Now to McKenna Monahan. She dribbles to the right wing. Down low, Reedus turns, puts it up, no good, and another foul on Griffin. Griffin is 5'9", so she's a little bit taller. So Reedus will try her luck at the free throw line. Donettes haven't done too well there so far. 1 of 6 so far. And Reedus gets the bucket, and that is her 3rd point. Makes it 8-3. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Next one by Reedus, it's off the heel. Everyone they've missed except one has hit off the back of the rim. Dobbins with the rebound, throws it up to Green, and they're going to have a reach in the back court. It's going to be on Monahan. Dobbins will throw it in. Gets it in the front court to Green and almost back court there. She threw it back to Dobbins. Dobbins dribbles right side, gives it to Moore. Right back to Dobbins on the wing. Dribbles to the baseline. Back on the wing. Akers down low. Nice turnaround shot there, good. And that's going to be Brooke Griffin with the bucket. She's going to have a chance for a 3-point play. She faked to the right, went back to her left. That foul was on Kylie Hawkins. And Brooke Griffin, 5'9" sophomore, got her first bucket, trying to make it 3, and she does. Makes it 8-6 Donettes. Kirby dribbles it right through the press. Hits McKenna Monahan. She missed it. She missed an easy one. Griffin with a rebound. Double teamed in the back court. Throws it in the front court to Aker. Aker's going to take it in, and that's a travel. Monahan had a wide open layup on a good pass. Emily Slayton is checked into the game for the Donettes. Monahan lobs it down low. Nice catch by Hawkins, but she stripped on the way up. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Donettes. Got to be a little bit stronger with that ball when she gets it in her hands. You got to sink those fingernails into it. That's what I always say. Lob into Reedus, and she's going to be fouled on the catch. That's going to be the 16th foul on Neelyville, so the Donettes will be in the bonus. That foul on Green, her second. Grayson Kirby will trigger for the Donettes. Kirby tries to force it in. It's going to be stolen by Moore. They are looking so hard to get that ball right underneath the basket. Can't get it in a couple seconds. You need to throw it to somebody out front. Aker hands it off to Moore. Moore dribbles one time. Now she is tied up. And finally gets it off to Aker on the wing. Aker dribbles in on Slayton. On the baseline, kicks it back to Moore. Now Dobbins dribbles in the lane, kicks it back out to Aker, fakes the shot, takes it in and shoots from 15, no good. Offensive rebound underneath by Moore, no good. Another offensive rebound by Green, it's no good. And the offensive rebound again, and the bucket's going to count. And I think that was number 12, Laney Dobbins. And they have tied the game and have a chance to take the lead. That's the second foul on Hawkins. Donettes just let him get too many rebounds. Offensive rebound. Free throws miss. Lob ahead to Slayton. She catches a little too far under. She missed it, but she gets her own rebound. Out front, Kirby. Three-pointer up is short. Ball comes all the way back to her. Takes it in, puts it up in about 12. It's too long. Another long rebound picked up by Monahan. Gives it low. Hawkins takes one dribble, turns, shoots, and no good. But she's fouled. That one is on Brooke Griffin, and I have that for 3 on her. She hasn't been in the game very long. The Donettes ought to have a lead here. They have only made 2 out of 8 so far. Hawkins gives the Donettes a 1-point lead with that first one. Now number 21 coming in, Audrey Ennis. 5'5" sophomore checking back in for Griffin. 1:01 to go in the first quarter. Donettes up 9-8. One more free throw coming for Kylie Hawkins. And again off the heel. And an over the back foul on Hawkins, and now she's got 3. And she'll check out, and Taylor Davis will come in for the Donettes. So the Donettes lose one of their big girls. Davis pretty good size too, but Davis is a little bit more of an outside shooter than Hawkins. Dobbins throws it in the middle, picked up by Green. She'll hand it off to Aker. Aker dribbles to the right side, now comes back, head of the key, Dobbins, a long three-pointer, and the ball was tipped. And it's going to stay with Neelyville. Donettes let it go because I think they thought she just shot it short, but one of the Donettes got a hand on it. And it'll be Laney Dobbins to throw it in. Throws it in the lane. Nice catch by Green. Hands it to Moore. Moore high off the glass. No good. And Monahan gets the rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Dobbins. And we'll walk to the other end. That's already 8 fouls against Neelyville. Donettes haven't made them pay. Only 3 of 10 from the free throw line. And McKenna Monahan there. She's 1 of 3 so far. Excuse me, 1 of 4. And that one's good. That will earn her the bonus. As we have Bailey Honeycutt checking in for the Donettes. And she'll replace Kenzie Reedus. Donettes lead 10-8. One more free throw for Monahan. And those are both good. It's amazing what taking your time a little bit on those free throws will do. Inbounds pass comes to Dobbins. Dribbles down the right side. Ball batted away, and it's going to be the last touch by Monahan. Dobbins will throw it in over on the right sideline. Throws it out front, and Davis almost got a steal. Dobbins hands it back to Green. Green dribbles in, and another carry on Green. .22 seconds left, 22.4. Inbounds pass comes into Monahan. Throws it up the floor to Davis, and we're going to have another foul. This one's going to be on Ella Aker, her first, and that's going to send Taylor Davis to the free throw line. She went for the steal and grabbed the arm, missed the ball. Taylor Davis, 5'9" sophomore. Micah Burton comes in, and also Peyton Lowry for the Donettes. Monahan and Kirby will check out. Usually towards the end of a quarter, Coach Epps tries to get his kids a little bit extra rest for the timeout between quarters. And Taylor Davis steps up there and makes a free throw. Gives the Donettes a 4-point lead. And make that 5. 15 seconds to go. Moore handling in the back court. Gives it over to Aker. Aker passes into the front court. The ball's batted. That ball, I think that ball was tipped. Now both officials called it Donettes ball, but it looked like it got tipped to me. Inbounds pass comes to Slayton. Dribbles into the front court with 6 seconds. Gives it to Honeycutt. Dribbles on the baseline, and she traveled. Well, you don't like to see that. You got a chance to get the last shot. You need to at least get a shot off. But she dribbled into traffic. She had a wide open three-pointer. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And the Donettes lead this JV game 13-8. We're only playing 2 quarters, so we're halfway done in this JV game. Donettes up by 5, 13-8 over Neelyville Lady Tigers. We'll be back in 1 minute on Current River Broadcasting.
For nearly 60 years, Davis Sawmill in Doniphan is your place to go for selling timber in the area around Ripley County in Arkansas. If you have cut logs or standing timber to sell, William, Debbie, and their sons will work with you to make sure you get a fair price. If you need something hauled, they also have Little Black Trucking with flatbeds for hire. Family owned and operated for 5 generations, everyone at Davis Sawmill would like to wish the best of luck to Emily, Taylor, and the rest of the Donettes this season. Give them a call at 573-996-7830.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at CountrysideChevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Welcome back, everybody. Keith Bowman back at Bill L. Wright Gymnasium. We're at the end of the first quarter, and we did switch ends. We're only playing a half, so we switched ends. Donettes with a lead, and Micah Burton misses the three-pointer. Rebound by Aker for Neelyville. They've got Aker, Griffin, Moore, Green, and Dobbins on the floor. Griffin with a wild shot, and it almost went in. And a rebound underneath the Monahan. Pass up the floor, Micah Burton over to Hawkins. She catches, and the ball knocked away. She gets it back. Triple teamed out to Kirby. Three-pointer by Kirby. Air ball. Burton with the offensive rebound. She goes up, and she's going to be fouled. And the Donettes will go back to the line again. They've already shot 14. But they've been taking the ball to the hole, and Neelyville been fouling a lot. And that'll be the third one on Dobbins. Brooke Griffin is out there with 3 fouls, and we've only played just a little over a quarter. Now Dobbins has 3. Micah Burton makes the first one. Well, the Donettes made 3 out of their first 10. Now they've made 5 in a row, and that'll probably give the announcers jinx. That did. Works every time. 14-8 Donettes. Moore gives it to Dobbins. In the middle of the floor to Aker, wide open up ahead. Griffin got underneath, put it in, and she's fouled, and that's a bad foul by Grayson Kirby. Anytime you foul them and let them make the basket, you're better off just to let them shoot it. Now, Griffin has come in and scored 5 points. Dobbins has the other 5. I got a feeling you'll see Griffin play quite a bit on the varsity. And now she's got 6. And that pulls Neelyville within 3 points with 6:13 to go. I started saying the half, but it's actually in the game. Reedus throws it up the floor. Nice catch by Monahan. Cross-court pass. Hawkins with the catch. Puts it up and in. Aker dribbling up the left side. Got Green wide open. And we're going to have a foul on Kirby. She didn't get over on that sideline. Probably a good thing, because if Aker would have seen Green, she was wide open coming down the right side. And the Donettes had let that happen way too many times. Somebody's got to stay back on that press. And bounce pass stolen by McKenna Monahan. One-on-one with Griffin. Goes down, puts it up too hard. And the ball's going to be picked up by Green. Coming up behind her, knock it out of bounds is Grayson Kirby. Coach Epps is asking McKenna Monahan. She kind of shied away from Griffin on that layup, and he's asked her why she's afraid to get hit. Inbounds pass to Griffin, goes through her hand, but she runs it down on the wing. In the lane to Aker, ball knocked away. Griffin's going to pick it up. Now Monahan takes it. And she slows down for some reason. I don't know if she thought she heard a whistle or what. She thought she heard a whistle blow. And she was out ahead of the pack easily for a layup. She slowed down, and they come up behind and knocked it out of bounds. So the Donettes lost 2 easy points there. And we got a foul underneath the basket. That's going to be on Griffin as well, and she's got 4. And Coach Hale getting all excited here in the JV game. Burton lobs it down low. Nice catch by Hawkins. Dribbles one time, shoots it too hard. Reedus with the offensive rebound, and she goes up. She's fouled. That foul is on Riley Moore. And it'll be Kenzie Reedus shooting. She calls the official over, and another one off the heel of the rim. They need to back up about 2 inches from where they're standing, because every one of those have hit off the back of the rim. Every one but one that Monahan missed. And that one hits off the back of the rim, rebounded by Griffin. She lost it, picked up by Reedus. Throws it in the lane through the hands of, that was through Hawkins' hands, and right there, Johnny on the spots, Micah Burton put it in for 2. Aker hounded in the backcourt. Got a man wide open up the floor. It's Dobbins. She's going in on the right side. Lays it up, and it won't go. Offensive rebound underneath. And a foul. Going to be on Kylie Hawkins, and she's got 4. 5:04 to go. Donettes up by 7. And they actually even started the fouls over again. So Griffin with a nice little left-handed move. That's what I said. She's going to play some on the varsity, I guarantee you. She may be a starter on the varsity. Kirby lobs it underneath. Hawkins running the floor, lays it in. Griffin throws it middle of the floor to Aker. Aker ahead to Green. Ball bounced off her shoulders, got it back, handed to Aker. Aker, nice drive to the basket, and the layup's good. Terrible defense by the Donettes. Nobody stepped over to help out there. Kirby lobs it up to Reedus. Reedus throws cross court, knocked away. And stolen. Dobbins heads the other way. He's going to take it all the way down. And a shot blocked by Monahan. Kirby got Hawkins on the right, and she's going to lay it up and in, and she's fouled. That one is on 24, Riley Moore. She's going to get a technical in the JV game. Emily Slayton checks in for the Donettes and replaces Micah Burton. Hawkins trying to finish the three-point play. No good. Grayson Kirby with the offensive rebound. Lobs it underneath. Hawkins has it stripped away. Aker heads up the floor, and Kirby reaches in and commits a silly foul. She's going to have to quit doing that. I mean, that's 3, and that's going to get you out of the game in a hurry. Taylor Davis will check in for Hawkins. It's 22-15, 4:05 left, and Dobbins will throw it in. Gets it in the corner to Aker. Goes in, puts a shot up, it's good, and we're going to have a foul on the Donettes. It's going to be on Emily Slayton. And the bucket was good by Aker. It gives her 4 points. And her free throw's good. Neelyville still pressing. And now Moore knocks it away. And bounce pass comes to Kirby. Dribbles into the front court, cuts in the middle of the floor, and we got a hold on number 15, Aker. That's 2 on her. Both teams with 5 team fouls. And 3:53 to go in the second quarter, which is actually the fourth quarter because we're only playing a half if you're just tuning in. Kirby in the corner, Slayton, wide open three-pointers, an air ball. And Taylor Davis got rooted out of there, and she tried to go over the back. And that's her first foul. That's a 16 foul on the Donettes. Neelyville trails the Donettes by 4. Inbounds pass comes to Green, hands it back to Dobbins. Dobbins guarded closely in the back court and gets around the defense. Now she's got a man ahead. Griffin with it and lays it in. And the Donettes are doing a foul as well on Kenzie Reedus. And the Donettes are going to mess around here and let them get back in the ball game. They're not playing a lick of defense. They're trying that press, and you can't let them dribble around you on the sideline like that. And when she got around them, it was 2-on-1. Well, actually 2-on-2, but Griffin had got behind the defense. And she's come in and makes the free throw, and she has got 11 points now for Neelyville. And it's a 1-point game as we have Hawkins and Burton check back in. Kirby goes it left wing. Monahan lobs it down low, and somebody reached in and hit it away from behind, but they got the arm as well. Going to be on Aker. 3 on her. Both teams will be in the bonus the last 3:26 now. Kirby out front. Monahan open three-pointers up, no good. And an offensive rebound by Hawkins, missed the shot. Neelyville with a chance to take the lead. Dobbins will bring it into the front court. Gives it to Aker at the volleyball line. Dribbles into the paint, goes in, shot up, no good, but she's fouled by Kirby. And that is 4 on Kirby. There's no reason. Kirby and Hawkins both have 4. And folks, if we were playing a regular game, it wouldn't even be halftime yet. We've still got 3 minutes to go. They're playing defense with their hands and not their feet. Aker missed a chance to tie it up. She'll have another one, though. Next one is up, and we're tied. 6 points for Aker. The bounce pass comes to Hawkins, gets it to Kirby. Kirby, left wing, Monahan, cross court. Nice catch by Hawkins, lays it in. That's 11 for Hawkins. Good find there by Monahan, and we got a carry on Aker in the back court. The Donettes will get it back with a 2-point lead. 2:55 to go in the ball game. In the lane, the ball knocked away. Good defense there by Griffin. Dobbins will cross the half line. Gives it over to Green. Dribbles to the baseline. Backs it back out behind the three-point line. Gives it to Dobbin. Dobbin's shot, and she is fouled by Monahan. And another silly foul that they're not playing defense. They're just playing with their hands and not their feet. All kinds of reaching going on, and they normally don't do that. And the free throw off the back of the rim by Laney Dobbins. Somebody better block the shooter out, because if she misses another one like that, it'll come right back to her. And that's where it hit, and the ball's tipped around, and a rebound underneath by Moore, and her shot blocked by Reedus. Donettes got two people up the floor, and they're going to throw it away. Instead of throwing it to one of them, they threw it right in the middle of them. Folks, I'll tell you what, this is, out of all the home games that we've done, this is the worst I've seen the JV play. Well, we got a timeout with 2:29 to go, 24-22 Donettes. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be back with more Donettes basketball on Current River Broadcasting.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
All right, folks, we got a close one here in the JV game. We're only playing a half, but we got 2:29 left to go in our second quarter, which will be the final quarter. And the Donettes with a 24-22 lead with 2:29 to go. And it's going to be Neelyville's basketball at the far end away from their goal, so the Donettes are set up in their press. Dobbins inbounds it to Griffin in the middle of the floor. Green, and they got a man open ahead again. This time it's Moore. Donettes get beat going back. Shot is blocked by Reedus. But they are giving up way too many shots over the top. If that happens in the varsity game, Donettes will be in trouble. And wide open underneath. And Grayson Kirby turned her back on Aker. And Aker went back door and laid it in. And ties it at 24. Burton all the way to the other end. Her shot up, no good. And I think that's the fifth one on Griffin. And Griffin come in there and played really well on offense, and it's going to be Ennis coming back in. And Griffin scored 11 points. Taylor Davis coming back in for the Donettes. Going to replace Hawkins with 2:11 to go. And Micah Burton. Donettes have been sporadic from the free throw line, 3 out of the first 10. Then they made 5 in a row. Now they've missed 4 in a row. Burton missed that one to the left. And she'll have another one. That was a 2-shot foul. Both teams are in the bonus. The next foul on the Donettes will put Neelyville in the 2-shot bonus. Neelyville still got a couple where it'll be 1-1 for the Donettes, but that was a shooting foul. Burton missed that one. And the rebound picked up by Aker. Neelyville with a chance to take the lead again. Pass ahead. Green. Cross court. Dobbins fakes. Dribbles into the paint. Stops and shoots. Ball blocked. And it's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to have a foul on Neelyville. Burton got knocked down. I think that was by Moore. Now Moore has 4 fouls. And we're shooting at the other end. That wasn't a player control foul. That was just somebody coming in on a rebound. Burton just missed 2. Got a chance for 2 more. Excuse me, 1-1. 1-1. And it's good. Well, they needed that one because Neelyville had a shot at taking the lead again. And didn't get it, so the Donettes go back up by 1, 25-24. going 0 for 2 the last time. She goes 2 for 2 this time. And Burton's got 5 points. Green, and she lost it out of bounds. She just dribbled it and lost it. And with 1:53 to go, it's 26-24 Donettes. Hawkins coming back in the game for Davis. And she just dribbled that. That was right here in front of her. She just dribbled that one out of bounds. Lost a handle on it. And back court on Grayson Kirby. See, now, that is just, their head's not in the game because you got to know where you're at on the court. All she had to do was move up 6 inches, and she would have been in the front court or moved back a foot, and she'd have been in the back court. And we got a timeout with 1:52 to go in the game. Donettes lead 26-24. Coach Hale calls the timeout. Want to thank our sponsors. We'll bring you Dons and Donettes basketball here on Current River Broadcasting, or Current River Ford, Davis Sawmill, Hometown Pharmacy, Mathis Timber, Davis True Value, Countryside Chevrolet, and Farm Bureau Insurance. Going to be Neelyville's ball, as the Donettes had a bad turnover. Of course, Neelyville just had one before that, but Neelyville's was Doniphan's was because Grayson Kirby didn't realize where she was on the floor. You're taking that ball out up near mid-court in your front court, you got to know that you can't get back court. Inbounds pass comes to Green, takes it all the way in. A shot blocked from behind by McKenna Monahan, and then she throws it away. And the ball knocked in the corner. Dobbins fakes the three, gives it out. Green for 3. It's no good, and it is going to go out of bounds. And nobody touched it, so it'll be Donettes' ball. Rush, rush, rush. McKenna Monahan should just held that ball, let everybody settle down. Kirby up the floor in the corner. Burton fakes the shot, takes it in. Ball knocked away from her, and it's going to be last touched by the Donettes. That's another thing. I don't know how many times that happens in a game. It's going to be out on the other team, and the Donettes will reach in and touch it right before it goes out of bounds. Almost a double dribble there by Aker. Our Green throws a baseball pass. Nice catch there by Dobbins. Dobbins dribbles to the wing, throws it back out front to Green with 1:10 to go. Donettes up 26-24. Aker hands it off to Ennis. Back out front, and now Michael Burton takes it away. She's got a wide open layup, and she makes it. Donettes, I wanted to make sure because Donettes have missed a couple of those. And on the inbounds pass, we're going to have a foul on Monahan. That is the last thing in the world you want to do. Stop the clock and let them score, or have a chance to score, but the clock not running. I know you want your team to be aggressive, but you don't want them to foul when they're 80 feet away from their own basket. And that will be 2 shots coming for Gracie Green. She has not scored in the game. Now she has. First one's good. That pulls Neelyville within 3, 28-25. 54.1 seconds to go. Green eyes it up, and that one bounces around and falls in. Neelyville 7 of 10 from the free throw line. That's where they have stayed close, really, because the Donettes have made more free throws, but they've shot 23, and they've made 3, 8. They've only made 10 out of 23. If they'd be shooting 70% like Neelyville, they'd be ahead by about 10 points right now. But they have not been able to make the free throws, and Neelyville has, and it's kept Neelyville in the game. 28-26 our score. We got the varsity game coming up for you, folks. Donettes varsity 12-3. They're 6-0 at home. Neelyville's varsity 11-4. And the Donettes have not beaten Neelyville in at least the last 18 times. They have lost. The records went back to 2009, the Misha records, and they showed Donettes have not beaten Neelyville since then. And they could even have went back farther than that. I know they probably didn't go back to 08 because the Donettes went to the Final Four in 08, so they probably beat Neelyville that year. But Neelyville's JV girls are scrappy because their tallest player on the floor is 5'6", the other four are 5'5". And the Donettes have had the height advantage all night long, but they have just missed free throws and turned the ball over too much and not really played a whole lot of defense. Neelyville pressing. Kirby throws it up in the front court to Monahan. Cross court, Burton wide open, gets a screen, lays it in. Good screen. That's 9 points for Burton. Reedus with the screen. Don't foul now. You got a 4-point lead. Monahan gets a hand on the ball, but it's picked back up by Dobbin. Throws it, and another foul. That one on Burton. That's going to send Gracie Green to the free throw line. She made 2 there a short time ago. And not much time running off that clock. Still 30.1. Two shots for Green. And I don't think you're going to foul her. She's only got 3 points, but she's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Matter of fact, I don't think she's attempted a shot besides these free throws. And I jinxed her. Hawkins gets the rebound. 3-point lead for the Donettes. Monahan has it tipped and it's stolen. Aker takes it in, puts it up, and no good with the travel. Coach Hale wanted the foul, but you know, she could have walked before the foul. And most likely she did, because when the shot went up, he had already blowed the whistle. Kirby gets it across the half line. And we got a blocking foul. And that was going to be on 21, Audrey Ennis. And it's still 1-1. And it's going to be Grayson Kirby shooting. Kirby's only got 2 points in this game. She's been playing really well, shooting the ball really well, but she has really struggled in this game tonight. So hopefully she'll do better in the varsity game. 14 and a half seconds to go. Kirby's free throw is good. That makes it a 2-possession game unless the Donettes do something silly and foul on a 3-pointer. Makes this one it'd really be a 2-possession game, and it's good. Aker dribbles it up, and we got another carry on Aker. She has got called for that several times in this game. 10.4 seconds to go. Donettes will have the ball on a 5-point lead. Inbounds pass comes to Kirby. Kirby gets into the front court. Over to Monahan. Monahan needs to get rid of it before she's fouled. Good job over to Burton. And that's going to do it, folks. That's the final score. The Donettes 32. And the Neelyville Tigers, Lady Tigers 27. 32-27. Donettes in this junior varsity game. It was a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter. They both scored 19 that quarter. Scoring for Neelyville, Gracie Green with 3. Lainey Dobbins 5. 8 for Ella Aker. Riley Moore didn't score, and Brooke Griffin had 11. And they were 8 of 12 from the free throw line. The Donettes were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of 25. They almost got to 50%, but not quite. The Donettes had 4 points from Grayson Kirby, 3 from McKenna Monahan, 9 from Micah Burton, 3 from Kenzie Reedus, 2 from Taylor Davis, and 11 Kylie Hawkins. The Donettes win the JV game 32-27. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back a little bit earlier than usual because this is such a big game tonight for the Donettes and the Neelyville Lady Tigers. So we'll be back after a short break to get you ready for the varsity game between the Donettes and the Neelyville Lady Tigers.
You're watching Current River Broadcasting live on YouTube, your home for Doniphan High School sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by our following sponsors: Davis True Value, Mathis Timber, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, Current River Ford, Davis Sawmill, Countryside Chevy, and Hometown Pharmacy. Here's Keith Bowen with tonight's play-by-play of Doniphan basketball.
Keith Bowman back at Doniphan High School gym and getting set for the varsity game between the Neelyville Lady Tigers and the Doniphan Donettes. And look at a little bit of the stats coming into this game. Both teams are scoring just about the same amount of points a game and allowing about the same amount. Donettes are averaging 59.1 a game, allowing 42.2. Neelyville is scoring about a point and a half more, and the Donettes are giving up about a half a point less. So it's really, really close on that. The records, the Donettes are 12-3, Neelyville 11-4. And Donettes are starting to do a little bit better on their turnovers. They've been dropping a little bit the last few games, and hopefully that will keep up. Sydney Speck still leading the Donettes in average at 12.7. Allison Skaggs 10 points. Olivia Cruz 9.4. Bailey Carson 9.1. Brooklyn Klepsik 6.5. And Grayson Kirby 4 points a game. And Kirby's been playing real well on the varsity. Donettes have been playing well coming into this game, but hopefully they didn't watch too much of that JV game because there was a lot of things the JV normally didn't do that they done tonight, and they were lucky to come out with that 5-point win in the JV game. Last year, these two teams played, let's see, they played twice. At Neelyville, the Donettes lost 61-52, and in the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament, they lost 63-47. And I said earlier, if you were with us, the Donettes at least have lost the last 18 games as far as the records go back to Neelyville. So they're looking to change that tide here tonight, and hopefully they'll be able to get that done. As I said, I think the Donettes are gaining on Neelyville a little bit every year, and the Donettes have a young team. Neelyville's best two players are both seniors. Donettes have a couple of seniors herself, only one that starts, and then Maddie Eddington coming off the bench. Donettes have a very young team, and a lot of their younger players get a lot of playing time and do quite a bit of the scoring. So we'll see what happens as we get about 2.5 minutes away from our national anthem. But there's a lot of people, I think, if they would span the camera around, this gym is almost full tonight, as both teams, both schools, well represented, and also Neelyville always has a big following everywhere they go. And with this being a big game, as it is tonight, a conference game, it will affect the seedings in the Ozark Foothills Conference Tournament, which is only a couple of weeks away now as we get near the end of January. Matter of fact, the season's winding down pretty quick. That's a test of that. Both teams have played 15 games on the season. And the Donettes have lost a couple because of COVID, but I don't know if Neelyville's lost any or not. But we'll go ahead and give you the starters. We might have time here. If not, well, the teams are coming to the benches. Coach Becky Hale, Peyton Reinbott, a 5'7" senior, and Mackenzie Davis, a 5'9" senior, are their two main scorers. They also have Natalie Akers, a 5'3" senior, Lexus Haygood, a 5'5" junior, and Brooke Griffin, a 5'9" sophomore. Griffin played in that JV game and coming there, didn't play but about a quarter, and she fouled out. She did score 11 points while she was in there, but she is the fifth starter for Neelyville. The Donettes will start the same five that's been starting. Sydney Speck going to play, but she is still not going to start tonight. Timber Turner, Bailey Carson, Olivia Cruz, Allison Skaggs, and Brooklyn Klepsik for the Donettes. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups, and we'll get this game underway. The Donettes are undefeated in the Ozark Foothills Conference, and I know Neelyville has one loss.
We're for road trips. We're for hitting up Arthur Bryant's for lunch and making it to Lambert's for dinner. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, steel horses, and real horses. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck in traffic and 6-lane freeways that aren't so free. We're for Missouri license plates. No, medals of pride. Like us, no two roads are alike, but we're all connected. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missouri driver, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
At Mathis Timber, our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage. We have several references upon request. Contact Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can assist you with all your timber harvesting needs.
All right, folks, we're just about set for action here. I think the team that kind of plays the calmest in the first few minutes of the game here definitely going to have a big advantage. It's a big game. Both teams, I'm sure, probably all hyped up. And Peyton Reinbott, number 11, number 14, Brooke Griffin, number 32, Mackenzie Davis, number 35, Natalie Akers, and number 41, Lexus Haygood. And the Donettes definitely have a size advantage here too, but Mackenzie Davis is awfully, she plays a lot bigger than her height. They got her listed at 5'9". Now for the Donettes. Brooklyn Klepsik, 5'6" sophomore. 6-foot sophomore, Allison Skaggs. Yes, you got two sophomores right there. Neelyville has three seniors starting. The Donettes only have one. There's Timber Turner. She's a 5'6" junior. And Bailey Carson, also a junior at 5'9". And Olivia Cruz, a lone senior in the starting lineup for the Donettes. Well, folks, hopefully we're going to have a good one here for you tonight. There was a lot of fouls called in that JV game, and sometimes that kind of breaks the rhythm by both teams, and we'll see how this one goes here in the varsity game. Mackenzie Davis will jump against Allison Skaggs. Donettes going left to right, Neelyville right to left. Donettes 3-0, and Neelyville, I know, has one loss. They lost to Nail. And the Donettes tip it to Brooklyn Klepsik. She goes to the baseline. Throws it out front, Bailey Carson. Carson will hand it to Cruz. Cruz gets a little seam to the basket, kicks it out in the corner. Klepsik. Klepsik cross court. Carson steps into a three-pointer, no good. The long rebound is picked up by Akers. Pass up the floor. Haygood with it, guarded by Carson. Over on the left wing. In the corner, they leave Reinbott open, and you can't do that. You cannot leave her open. She is the one three-point, really good three-point shooter. And Coach Epps and I talked about that before the game. You cannot leave her. And she hits her first shot, so that's not good for the Donettes. Skaggs dribbles to the baseline, backs her way down into the paint, turns, misses the shot. Davis with the rebound. So, two missed shots, and Skaggs being a little aggressive there. A lot of times she won't take that shot, but she did. Haygood gives it left wing. Davis, guarded by Turner, dribbles in, puts it up, it's good, and she's fouled. No weak side help. Turner went after that pass, and she should have stayed in front of her. That foul is on Timber Turner. So, well, what I said has already taken shape about getting off to the good start. The team that has calmed down the most. And it's 6-0. Well, Davis makes the free throw. A little token pressure by Neelyville. Not really trying to steal the ball that much. Olivia Cruz between the circles. Dribbles into the paint. Bounces down low. Turner saves it. Gives it to Klepsik. Got to get out of the 3-second lane. Klepsik drives in, shot no good. The Donettes 0 for 3. And Neelyville gets the rebound. Reinbach guarded by Olivia Cruz. So Reinbach's got Cruz on her. Davis into the paint, puts it up to the left hand, it won't go. And Turner gets the rebound. Out in the pass to Olivia Cruz. Passes it ahead to Skaggs. Skaggs takes it in, drops it off to Klepsik, lays it in. Well, that's a little better. A little more under control. And it's 6-2. Donettes set up full court man-to-man. They double team. Good, dribbles up and dribbles it off her foot out of bounds. They had 3 Donettes on her. That's where you got to watch. So if she throws that ball over the top, they got a 2-on-1. But she dribbled it off her foot. Donettes get the ball back. Olivia Cruz passes to Carson. In the corner, Klepsik. Klepsik drives into the paint. The ball knocked away from her, loose, picked up by Haygood. Haygood dribbles to the wing, feathers out. Throws it back out front to Reinbach. Dribbles over to the right side. And it's taken away by Klepsik. Carson on the other side. Carson gets it, takes it down, lays it up, missed it. And we got a blocking foul called. And that was going to be on Haygood. That's the deal, force the issue there because they only have, I think, 10 players. Well, they played 5 in the JV game. So if they can get them in a little bit of foul trouble, they're probably not very deep. Free throw's good by Bailey Carson. That makes it 6-3. Next one is also good. Pass up to Reinbach, goes into the front court. Timber Turner almost got a steal. Goes out of bounds by the scorer's table. And Neelyville will inbound it. It'll be Haygood to throw it in. Gets it into Reinbach. Reinbach dribbles into the paint and a foul on the Donettes. And she just drove in there with reckless abandon and Donettes bailed her out. Olivia Cruz. One like that, I think you need to just take your chances and see if she can make it. Because she's probably going to make the free throws. So she's an awfully good shooter. And a little bit short. And the score remains 6-4 Neelyville. 5:27 to go in the first quarter. That one hits the front of the rim, the back of the rim, and falls in. Carson lobs it in the middle to Skaggs. She goes high and gets it. Dribbles all the way down and puts it on the floor. Went too far. And the Donettes are lucky they come out of there with it. Olivia Cruz goes in. That's going to be an offensive foul. And that is 2 on Olivia. And that is, she was just out of control. When they got the ball, just bring it back out and set it up. You're only down 3 points. That's a big foul. And she's probably going to check out as Grayson Kirby comes in. Then bounce comes to Griffin. Gets it to Reinbach. Got a 3-on-1. Passes ahead. Layup is up and good by Akers, and the Donettes got burned. Too many people guarding one person in the back court. 9-4 Neelyville. Carson in the corner to Turner. Back to Carson on the wing. Down low, Skaggs catches, lays it up and in. Haygood double teamed in the corner. Bounces up and Skaggs gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. Grayson Kirby coming in the game for Cruz. And Kirby's going to have to step up and play well on the varsity tonight. She's been doing that. Now here's where they got to watch. So there's nobody in the back court. Lob pass comes in to Akers. She gives it back to Haygood. Haygood comes up the left side. Still in the back court. Now gets across the half line. Crossover dribble. Gives it to Griffin. Back to Haygood. Haygood out front. Takes one dribble. Throws it over to Akers. Akers to Reinbach. Reinbach picked up quickly by Kirby. Takes it in. Shot is up and no good. Offensive rebound there by Griffin. Shot blocked by Allison Skaggs. Kirby brings it into the front court. Throws it up ahead. Almost too high for Carson. Nice catch. Puts it up in the baseline. Hits the side of the backboard. And again, a rush shot. Back the other way, Griffin. And we're going to have a foul on Carson, and that's a needless one there. You hate those fouls when they're out that far away from the basket. And all she was doing was getting ready to throw the ball back to the point guard. That's 3 team fouls on the Donettes. Good inbounds it. Gets it to Reinbott in the corner. Hits Akers cutting to the basket. And as she cuts to the basket, it's knocked away. And it'll go out of bounds underneath the basket, but it'll stay with Neelyville. 3:56 to go in the first quarter. They lead the Donettes 9-6. And wide open underneath is Reinbott. And whoever's guarding the ball needs to just stand underneath the basket. They just need to stand underneath the basket. Klepczyk for 3 in the corner again. Another quick shot by the Donettes, and that's what Neelyville wants. And Reinbott falls down. The ball picked up by Klepczyk. And Coach Epps calls the timeout. But the Donettes are shooting the ball too quick. They're not working it. And when they have, they've got a good shot. And I'm sure Neelyville wants them to shoot quick. So Neelyville's had a pretty good start. They lead 11-6. And Coach Epps probably wish he hadn't called that timeout now because Klepczyk ended up getting the ball off to Allison Skaggs. But you get 5 timeouts, so. Not really a whole lot of scoring here in the first, little over half the first quarter, but it's been fast-paced and hectic. It'll be Donette's ball over on the left sideline. And Neelyville still with the same 5. Donettes with the same 5 as well. Olivia Cruz picked up 2 early fouls. She's on the bench. Bailey Carson dribbles to the right side. Throws it in the corner to Klepczyk. Down low. And Davis knocks it away and steals it. Run the play, girls. That you're going to throw it in there whether they're open or not. You can always bring it back out and set it up again, but they just seem to want to run the play whether they're open or not. Davis dribbles in, stops, pops, no good. And Skaggs with the rebound. Pick it up, Allison. Kirby down to Turner. Out to Klepczyk. She steps into a 3, and this one's good. Inside out. Best way to get a 3. You hear me say that all the time. Reinbott dribbles into the front court. Give it over to Haygood. Haygood dribbles to the wing. Into the paint. And a shot blocked by Skaggs. And Klepczyk's up ahead if she can catch up. She catches up, goes up, shot no good. But she is fouled by Akers. The pass was just a little bit too far, and it kind of got her out of step and give Akers a chance to catch up. But Klepczyk can shoot a couple of free throws. And she can tie the ball game after just making a 3-pointer in the corner. They threw that ball into Turner. She was about 8 feet out from the basket, and she turned around and threw it behind her. Klepczyk stepped into that 3-pointer. Oh, my gosh. Maddie Eddington checking in for the Donettes, placing Timber Turner. So Eddington probably will be guarding Davis. Davis has only got 3 points so far, and the second one good. Makes it 11-10, Neelyville. Haygood lobs it up to Reinbott. She got around Kirby, takes it down, shot up, no good, and a blocking foul. And that one's going to go against Klepczyk. And the official, I don't think even had a hard time figuring out who he called it on. And Reinbott went in there again, kind of out of control, but she got bailed out, which I think it was a foul. I think it was a foul. I don't think Klepczyk tried to get there, but I don't think she got there in time. Peyton Reinbott back to the free throw line and missed short again. She's got 6 points. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Second one's good. Kirby quickly into the front court, passes cross court. Klepczyk bounces down low. Eddington goes up for the shot, and she's going to be fouled. And that's going to be on Griffin. And Eddington will shoot 2. Maddie, the other senior on the squad besides Olivia Cruz. And Eddington makes it 12-11. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Next one in the air and in the basket. And they got a man back there wide open again. Haygood gets it across the half line. Having a hard time finding anybody. Finally gets it to Davis, and a reach-in foul on Klepsik. And Coach Epps was wanting to travel. When Haygood stopped, it looked like she dug that pivot foot. Now Brooklyn Klepsik's got 2 fouls. Well, Klepsik and Cruz, 2 of the starters for the Donettes with 2 fouls apiece, and that's 16 fouls on the Donettes. So Neelyville is going to be in the bonus the rest of the first half. Inbounds pass comes to Griffin, and the pass goes through Davis's hands, but right over to Akers. Down low, Griffin with a nice catch and puts it in. Again, the Donettes went for the steal and didn't get it, and we're going to have a foul out front. That one's going to be on Haygood. That'll be her second. Only the 14th foul, so the Donettes will inbound. Sydney Speck coming to the scorer's table to check in. And she's going to come in for Klepsik, who's got 2 fouls. Kirby gets it into Carson. Carson down low, Eddington faces up, and she's going to be fouled again. And that will be 5 team fouls. That one's on Mackenzie Davis, her first. Timber Turner coming back in. She's going to get Maddie Eddington. Maddie played a couple of good minutes there. Got a couple of points on free throws. Carson inbounds it to Skaggs right in front, puts it up and missed it. She's going to get her own rebound. Turns to the baseline, missed it again. And Timber Turner's going to pick up an over-the-back foul. You have got to make that shot. I said that the other night. I don't know how many Allison Skaggs missed right out in front of the basket against Alton. You have got to make that shot because you end up getting the foul. And now Timber Turner's got 2 fouls. And it's a 1-and-1 also at the other end. And it's going to be Davis shooting the 1-and-1. If you make that shot, Turner doesn't pick up the foul. And she is, 5 inches taller than anybody else out there on the floor, or 4 inches taller, I mean. And had no problem getting it up. And Davis makes the free throw. So not only do you get a foul on somebody, you miss getting 2 points, and then they score on the other end. In these games like this, you cannot do that. You've got to do everything right. And Davis makes 2 points. So that was a 4-point swing right there. It should be 14-14. Instead, it's 16-12 in favor of Neelyville. Carson tries to pass it down low and it's kicked. A minute and a half to go. I don't know what's going on there. One of the officials came over to the scorer's table. Bailey Carson lobs it into Skaggs again. Oh, come on, man. She had an easy basket there, and he calls timeout. She had an easy basket there, and he blew the whistle. Now they can't run that play. Well, they can, but now it's not going to be easy. She's going to get fouled. That one's going to be on Akers. That's 2 on her, so they have Haygood and Akers with 2 fouls. And the next foul on Neelyville will put the Donettes in the bonus. And lob into Skaggs, and it goes through her hands, and Neelyville's going to get to it. But they're going to say Griffin was on the out-of-bounds line. Again, she wasn't open there, and they tried to throw it to her anyway. Just get it in and run the offense when you can't get it in. Oh, my gosh. And there was a push in the back there. I didn't know if they seen it or not, but Skaggs got pushed in the back. It's going to be on Davis, and now she's got 2 fouls. Coach Hale can't believe it, but she just pushed her with both hands. It was plain as day. I don't know if you were watching close on the video there, but she just put her hands in her elbow, shoulder, not her shoulder, her forearm in her back and pushed her because Skaggs went flying. And now both teams in the bonus. Alice and Skaggs shoot the one in, 1-1. Missed it. Haygood with the rebound. Haygood hands it off to Griffin. Akers at the free throw line. Kicks it back to Davis. Davis into the paint. Put it up and in. You got to stay between her and the basket. And Maddie Eddington didn't stay between them. Kirby with a quick shot at the other end, no good. And another quick shot by the Donettes. And every time they've done that, they've ended up losing the ball. Missed the shot and they got the rebound. That time they tipped it out of bounds. They're playing right in Neelyville's hands by doing that. 18-12, 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Inbounds pass into Reinbach. McKenna Monahan went for the steal. Reinbach goes down, shot up and in. If you're going to go for it, you better get it or they're going to burn you. Donettes off to a not very good start here in the first quarter. The defense is not good, and that's one thing. And there's a bad pass by Monahan. Picked off by Davis. She's one-on-one. Goes over to the other side and lays it in. Ten-point lead. Should have been 14-14, and almost another bad pass. It should have been 14-14 when they missed that easy shot underneath the basket, and then they ended up getting a foul, and Neelyville's went on a 8-0 run. You can't do that stuff against good teams. You just can't do it. And another pass in traffic. And it's a tie ball. Belongs to Neelyville. Got a chance to score again. They can double the Donettes up here before the end of the first quarter. And 5 seconds, so Neelyville couldn't get it in. And they run a second off the clock that shouldn't have went off. And Turner's coming in for Eddington. And Klepsic coming in also. And she's going to come in for Sydney Speck. Donettes need a bucket here. Stop this run because it has not been good the last few minutes. They lob it in again, and she missed it again. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Donettes. But that is 3 of them she's missed right out in front of the basket. And she's not bringing the ball down. She's doing exactly what she should do. And now we got a travel on Turner. Now they're going to get the ball back. Kirby and Eddington checking back in. Klepsic and Turner go out. Both those players have 2 fouls. Now they got to watch throwing the ball deep here. I don't know why. Davis got behind them. They throw it up there. She's going to get a shot off, and she banks it. Why in the world they're guarding the ball taken out of bounds, especially with that amount of time left? I do not know. They should be back playing center field. Wow. Well, what a way to end the quarter. That's about summed up the first quarter for the Donettes. They trail at 25-12. And we'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
Coming off screens. The first everybody, we're on the verge of this game really getting out of hand here on the Donettes early. They have played a terrible first quarter. I'm just going to tell you like it is. Missed easy shots. back in. Of course, everybody always said, well, she didn't call it. Well, it don't make any difference. It still counts when it goes in. And the Donettes had nobody back. They get it in the lane to Skaggs. She's trying to be aggressive. Kicks it out to Olivia Cruz. Her three short. And luckily, Klepsik got back. The Donettes did get an offensive rebound. Olivia Cruz with the ball. Donettes need to score. And now another bad pass is batted out of bounds by Peyton Reinbach. The Donettes need to just settle down. There's 3/4 of basketball to play here, but they can't play like they did in the first quarter. And Neelyville took advantage of every mistake they made. And we got an offensive foul, an illegal screen on Bailey Carson. There won't be any free throws on that. Both teams are in the bonus. Neelyville up 25-12. Griffin dribbles to the baseline. She cut off there, out front. Haygood picks it up head of the key. Back to Griffin on the right wing. Now to Reinbach baseline. Cut off by Cruz. Spin, shot up, and it won't go. And Bailey Carson pulls down the rebound for the Donettes. Lobs it up to Olivia Cruz. Passes in the corner to Klepsik. Klepsik takes it in, missed it. Going to go out of bounds. The last touch by Mackenzie Davis. And even when the Donettes get down there and get a look a little bit ahead of the defense, they can't make it. And bounce pass to turn. Up to Olivia Cruz. We've played a minute here in the second quarter. Nobody's scored. Still 25-12. Cross-court pass hits the rim, but it does go over to Brooklyn Klepsik, and she double dribbles. Oh boy, I tell you. I've been looking forward to this game for a while, but it sure hadn't played out the way I would like for it to. There's a lot of fans here. Haygood with a step back three, it's no good. And Klepsik's going to let it go out of bounds, and it'll be Donette's ball. I'm sure the Donettes would be thrilled to see Haygood and probably even Akers and some of those girls shooting the ball and keep it away from Reinbach and Davis, but they haven't been able to do that. Davis has got 12 points already. She scored as many as the Donettes' whole team has. Skaggs puts it on the floor, kicks it out to Klepsik. That one may be good, and it is. Inside out. Brooklyn's got, that's her second three-pointer. She's got 9 points. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Neelyville. Haygood passes right side to Akers. Akers hands it to Davis. Stops and shoots it, no good. Peyton Reinbach's awful good at blocking out, but she missed that one. Pass across the floor. Out of bounds. Klepsik again. Again, they just don't get a shot off. I know you want to run if you can, but if it's not there, you got to bring it out. You lose so many possessions by doing that. And Bailey Carson gets a steal. The ball's knocked out of bounds by Peyton Reinbach. Good anticipation by Carson there to get a hand on that. She went after it. Reinbach knocked it out of bounds. Donette's trying to get it under 10 this trip. Olivia Cruz against the zone defense. Cruz at the head of the key. Gives it to Carson, lobs it down low to Skaggs, puts it in, and she's fouled. Perfect ball movement, high-low pass there from Carson to Skaggs. And Skaggs laid that one in, and she was wide open. And that foul is on Griffin, and now Griffin has 2. That's one thing that might hurt Neelyville. They have 4 players with 2 fouls apiece. Skaggs' free throw is good. She has 5 points, and it's 25-18. The Donettes have scored the first 6 here in the second quarter. They held Neelyville scoreless for 2.5 minutes, so they need to keep the good defense up. Pass to Reinbach, goes to her hand, picked up by Cruz, got a 2-on-1, passes over to Carson, lays it in. Perfect fast break. And now Neelyville calls a timeout as the Donettes are on an 8-0 run in the first 2 minutes, 50 seconds of the second quarter. And Neelyville calls the timeout. And we'll keep it here. We'll make sure we don't miss anything. Well, the Donettes have picked up the defense, the intensity on the defensive end, and it's leading to some shots on the other end. A couple times they've thrown it away, but if you can get shots like that last one and like the three-point opportunity that they got for Skaggs a while ago, you can go ahead and push it. But if they don't have it, they need to pull it out because you waste too many possessions and opportunities that way. As I said, Neelyville has Haygood, Akers, Davis, and Griffin all with 2 fouls apiece here. We still got 5:10 to go in the first half. Coach Hale has not played a sub. That's another thing that might help the Donettes. The Donettes have played 4 players off the bench so far. The starters have been in there most of the time, but he has given them a rest a little bit. For the Donettes, Olivia Cruz and Bailey Carson and Brooklyn Klepsick have 2 fouls, so a little bit of foul trouble for the Donettes as well. And now Klepsick bats the ball out of bounds. So they have definitely picked up the intensity on the defensive end. Pass comes into Reinbach, dribbles to the baseline, cut off, and puts up a wild shot, hits the side of the backboard. Olivia Cruz is coming up the right side, hits Brooklyn Klepsick, lays it in, and there we go. Klepsick with 11, 25-22. And we're getting ready to get our first couple of substitutions for Neelyville. Akers picks up her dribble on the right wing. Donettes all over him. And she throws it out of bounds, and it's going to be Donette's ball. Last touch by Haygood. We're going to have Delaney Dobbins and Ella Aker checking in. Both those girls played in the junior varsity game. They're going to take Haygood and Akers' place. Neelyville in about a half court 2-2-1. Carson will get it in the front court. In the corner, Clemson, and she just let it go right through her hands. Oh my goodness. It just kills you when you don't even get a shot off. She just didn't look the ball into her hands. Reinbach gives it to Dobbins. Dobbins picks it up. And she traveled with it. Was a pivot foot. And the Donettes defense is causing all this havoc and the turnovers by Neelyville. And they've got a couple of young girls in the game right now. Carson, free throw line to Skaggs. Makes a move, spins, turns, shoots, and short. That's a little bit farther out than she usually shoots the ball. Reinbach up ahead to Griffin. Griffin stops right wing, gives it in the corner to Aker. Aker dribbles into the paint, and we got a foul on Allison Skaggs. And that's going to be free throws. It'll still be a 1-and-1 at team foul number 9. So the next one on the Donettes will put Neelyville in the 2-shot bonus. So it's a 1-and-1 for Ella Akers. Lefty's going to put it in the air, and she missed it. And Timber Turner with a rebound. Olivia Cruz gets into the front court, gives it to Carson on the left wing. Out front to Skaggs. Skaggs don't know what to do with it. Now she's going to give it to Bailey Carson. Cruz. They come out and guard her near the volleyball line. Donettes have 4-on-3 down there. Gives it to Skaggs. Cruz dribbles into the paint. Shot up, no good. Long rebound is picked up there by Dobbins. Baseball pass up the floor to Griffin. Griffin hands it to Davis. Davis is going to stop and shoot a 3. She banked one in right before the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn Klepsick with a rebound. Got numbers again. Skaggs 1-on-1. She needs to take it right at Davis. Lays it up and in. 25-24. And Davis got 2 fouls. She couldn't afford to foul there. Reinbach back out front to Akers. Over to Dobbins on the right wing. Dobbins dribbles to the baseline. Kicks it back out to Akers. Akers. And the ball knocked away by Cruz. Wide open layup for Olivia Cruz, and the Donettes are ahead. First 2 points for Cruz. Donettes have scored 14-0 this quarter. Reinbach to Griffin. 3-pointer in the corner. No good. Timber Turner with a block out. Her outlet pass is knocked away. Boy, they had another layup, and Brooklyn Klepsick's going to steal it away. Gives it to Skaggs. Skaggs has got to get it up to a guard. Gives it to Olivia Cruz. Donettes up by 1. Neelyville has not scored in almost 6 minutes in this quarter. Cruz double teamed out front, and we're going to have a foul. They had her in a bad spot. That's a silly foul by Neelyville. That one's going to be on Akers. As we got Akers and Haygood coming back in for those two, for Dobbins and Aker. Donettes are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Both teams will be in the 2-shot bonus now after this. This will be a 1-and-1. And Cruz makes it. The Donettes so far. I'm going to wait till after she shoots this one before I tell you what they've shot here in the first half. And that one's good. They're 8 of 10 now in the first half from the free throw line. And the lead is 3, 28-25. It's all been about the defense in the second quarter for the Donettes. They're making it hard on Davis to get the ball, and Reinbott as well. Pass out to Reinbott. Dribbles in, kicks it out. Haygood, 3-pointers up and good. That is the first bucket of the second quarter, and it's tied 28 all. But I'm sure Coach Epps will live with that if he can keep the ball away from Reinbott and Davis. I've said that a whole lot here in the first half. 1:30 to go in the half, and we're going to have a hold on Haygood, and that's her third foul. And it can't get much sillier than that. Coach Hale wanting them to call the fouls on the other end, and they're 10-9, so they're pretty close, I think. Olivia Cruz back to the free throw line, shooting 2 this time. Knocks the first one in. (29-28). 1:33 left, and that one bounces around and falls in. Back up by 2, the Donettes. Haygood handling out front. And Griffin for 3. It's no good. The ball batted around. Timber Turner gets it. Gives it to Olivia Cruz. Olivia slows it down. Dribbles over to the left side. Gives it to Allison Skaggs, right back to Cruz. She's met out there by Akers and Haygood. Free throw line to Carson. Out in the corner, Brooklyn Klepsik, 3-pointer. There's an air ball and it goes out and it's going to be off Timber Turner. Usually when she steps into one like that, it's good. Oh, they called a foul. That is the third foul on Timber Turner. Maddie Eddington comes to the scorer's table, so we'll walk to the end, and Neelyville will shoot 2. And it's going to be Alexis Haygood. Lexus, not Alexis. Alexis Haygood. She hit a 3-pointer for her 3 points. That free throw, no good. Eddington back in for Turner. Goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Again, make sure you block out the shooter here because that shot bounced right back towards the free throw shooter. And this one bounces around and falls in. She gets 1 out of 2, gets her 4th point. And Haygood's going to check out with 3 fouls as well, and it'll be Ella Aker back in for Neelyville. Inbounds comes to Carson against 2-2-1. In the middle of the floor to Skaggs. Cruz coming up the side. Over to Bailey Carson, in the corner to Eddington. Out front to Cruz. Cruz gets around the defense, kicks it out to Klepsik. Carson dribbles to the free throw line, stops and shoots it short. Klepsik gets the offensive rebound. Throws it to Cruz. Cruz makes a move, hands it to Klepsik. Klepsik over to Carson. Carson's going to take it in, put it up, no good. I wish she would shoot that 3-pointer. Here comes Davis, 1-on-2, takes it down, puts it up, no good, but an offensive rebound by Akers. And she puts it in. Nobody got a body on her. And a foul as well. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Brooklyn Klepsik. So the Donettes are getting in actually worse foul trouble now than Neelyville is. And that's Akers' first 2 points. And she missed the free throw. Offensive rebound by Griffin. Her shot is blocked, but it's going to stay with Neelyville as it goes out of bounds. So Neelyville back up by 1, 31-30 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Klepsik goes to the bench and Grayson Kirby back in. Inbounds pass to Davis, and her little jump hook's good. That's letting her catch it too close to the basket. 33-30. Skaggs catches in the lane, drops it off underneath to Kirby, but there's going to be a foul before the pass. And that is going to be on Griffin, and now she has 3. Haygood with 3, Griffin with 3. And Allison Skaggs will shoot 2. I hope she makes both these because Kirby was wide open. Makes the first one. And Sydney Speck and Kylie Hawkins coming in for the Donettes. Cruz goes out so she doesn't get another foul. Bailey Carson also going out. She has 2 fouls as well. Well, both teams in some pretty serious foul trouble. Whoever does the best job in the second half probably going to come out on top. Skaggs makes both. She's got 9 points. And shot by Reinbach, no good from half court. And that's the end of the first half. A good second quarter by the Donettes as they, well, I wrote down the score. Hang on just a second here. I wrote down the score on the wrong side at the end of the first quarter. It was 25-12. Neelyville, 13 points ahead. Donettes actually took the lead in that second quarter, and they outscored Neelyville 20-8. But Neelyville still on top by 1, 33-32 at halftime. Very important game for both teams. And we've got a good half of basketball coming your way. We'll see who has the momentum after the break here at halftime. A lot of times that momentum changes with that break. We'll look at the scoring real quick before we take a break here. Peyton Reinbach with 9 points. Brooke Griffin 2, Ella Aker 2, 14 for Mackenzie Davis, and 4 for Lexus Haygood. So Reinbach and Davis have 23 of their 33, which is exactly what I figured. They've actually done, second quarter, they've done a really good job on them. And they were 6 of 11 from the free throw line. The Donettes were 12 of 14 from the free throw line. And the scoring in the first half of the Donettes, Bailey Carson with 4, Olivia Cruz 6, Maddie Eddington 2, Allison Skaggs 9, and Brooklyn Klepsik had 11. Well, we're at halftime. It's 33-32. Neelyville on top after having a 13-point lead at the end of the first quarter. So Donettes done good that second quarter. Hopefully they'll come out on fire in the third quarter. We'll be back with that shortly, so stay with us.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
For nearly 60 years, Davis Sawmill in Doniphan is your place to go for selling timber in the area around Ripley County in Arkansas. If you have cut logs or standing timber to sell, William, Debbie, and their sons will work with you to make sure you get a fair price. If you need something hauled, they also have Little Black Trucking with flatbeds for hire. Family owned and operated for 5 generations, everyone at Davis Sawmill would like to wish the best of luck to Emily, Taylor, and the rest of the Donettes this season. Give them a call at 573-996-7830.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at countrysidechevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
We're for worrying less about the what ifs and more about the why nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. We're for starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for doing as much as you possibly can on a Saturday and absolutely nothing on a Sunday. We're for building a life in Missouri and going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you build is protected, we're here for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are Missouri for life.
I'm Lindsay Turner, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
At Mathis Timber, our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage. We have several references upon request. Contact Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can assist you with all your timber harvesting needs.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
True Value.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Keith Bowman back here at Doniphan High School. Close to a packed house here tonight for this big Ozark Foothills Conference matchup. And right now, the teams haven't disappointed. First half score 33-32 Neelyville. They built a 12-point lead at the end of the first quarter, but Donettes outscored them 20-8 in that quarter. And they actually took the lead a little bit there. I think 3 points maybe it was their biggest lead. But at the end of the quarter, Neelyville got a couple of buckets and finished with a 1-point lead as we get ready for the second half. It was the Donettes defense in the second quarter as they had I believe they had scored, 12, I think it was 16 points before Neelyville even scored. But from that point on, Neelyville outscored the Donettes 8-4. So it is 33-32 as we get set for the second half, and I say this a lot. First couple of minutes of this quarter will probably determine who's going to win the ball game. Not necessarily, but a lot of times whoever has the momentum gets broke with a halftime break, and whoever doesn't have it might have a chance to get it back. But I don't know. I think the Donettes had maybe had a little more momentum, even though Neelyville got the lead back the way they played in the second quarter. But we'll see what happens here. And I expect very much of the same thing I expected when we come in, a close game. And that is exactly what we've got. As both teams are headed to the bench, and we are getting ready to start the second half. It's going to be Neelyville's basketball with a 1-point lead. And again, we want to thank our sponsors, Current River Ford, Mathis Timber, Countryside Chevrolet, Davis Sawmill, Davis True Value, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Hometown Pharmacy. Fine folks bring you Doniphan basketball right here on Current River Broadcasting on YouTube. Both teams come out with the starters. Both teams in a little bit of foul trouble. And that might play a big part in who wins this game as well. Neelyville with the ball in a 1-point lead. They have Haygood, Davis, Reinbach, Akers, and Griffin. Haygood with the ball out front, guarded by Bailey Carson. Gives it to Akers, dribbles all the way over to the right wing. Now she loses her dribble, gives it to Griffin, baseline. Back to Reinbach, head of the key, Haygood, open for a three-pointer, no good, wide right. And Olivia Cruz gets a rebound. She got Bailey Carson, catches and missed a layup. She got her own rebound, went up, shot is no good, but she'll get to shoot a couple of free throws. Oh, missing those layups. That foul is on Haygood, that's her fourth. So quickly up off the bench, Ella Aker. And 2 shots coming for Bailey Carson. And she makes the first and ties the ball game, 33 all. Haygood will come to the bench. Aker will come in. They also have Brooke Griffin with 3. Akers and Davis have 2 apiece. That free throw in and out. So we're tied 33 all. Davis passes it up to Reinbach. Back to Davis in the center of the floor. Gives it right wing. Akers dribbles to the elbow, hands it to Davis. One dribble back to Akers. In the corner, Griffin wide open. 3-pointer up and good. She only had 2 points for that shot. A lot of times it's somebody unexpected. Oh, Bailey Carson carried the basketball. Let that dribble get out of hand a little bit. Neelyville with a 3-point lead, get the ball back on the turnover. That was an unforced turnover on the Donettes. We've played a minute. Neelyville with a 3-point lead. Griffin, right wing, and a give and go, and the ball's loose, picked up by Klepsik. Carson's out ahead of the pack, goes in on the left side, put it up, and she missed it again. That's 2 layups she's missed. Ball stolen away underneath by Turner, and gives it back to Carson, and she didn't miss that one. Goodness gracious, 36-35. Akers picks up her dribble, and again the Donettes are all over him. Akers has to come out to midcourt. Reinbach running all over the place, finally gets away from Cruz. Takes it down, and we're going to have a foul on Olivia Cruz. She just tripped and fall, and they're going to say he got her with the body. And Coach Epps upset with that call. And that's one of them that Neelyville fans love and the Doniphan fans hate. And that's the 3rd one on Olivia Cruz. Griffin in the corner. Going to put up from 15 feet, and Allison Skaggs blocked it. She's going to try to outrun Griffin, goes down, stopped, puts it up and in. She did a little pump fake, got Griffin in the air, and Doniphan goes back up 37-36. Reinbach dribbles to the elbow, hands it out to Akers. She's going to fire 3, it's short. Ball tipped around, Allison Skaggs gets it ahead to Olivia Cruz. Cruz trying to outrun Reinbach, puts it up, and she missed the layup. That's 3 in this quarter the Donettes have already missed. And we're going to have a foul on Klepsik, and that's going to be her 4th. Reinbach is just dribbling down the floor, leaning into him, and then they're calling a foul. Well, Klepsik's going to have to go to the bench, and Kirby. Well, it looks like the Donettes are going to end up being in more foul trouble than Neelyville is. Aker inbounds it, gets it to Reinbach, dribbles baseline, goes in, the shot blocked by Skaggs, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Allison Skaggs. Now, Coach Hale mad because they didn't call a foul. Inbounds to Davis. Ball knocked away, gets it back, shoots, and she missed it. And they're going to have a foul underneath. Allison Skaggs let Griffin get inside position on her. And that is Skaggs' second foul, but that's already 3 team fouls on the Donettes. This will be a shooting foul for Brooke Griffin. Donettes up 37-36, 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Griffin with 5 points. I believe this is her first trip to the free throw line. And she ties the game. We'll be hearing a lot out of her in the next couple of years. She's just a sophomore. Tied it at 37. And this one is good. Neelyville back up 38-37. Carson gives it to Olivia Cruz. Head of the key to Skaggs. Now to Carson on the left wing. Now to Olivia Cruz. Fakes the three. Dribbles into the paint. Puts it up. No call there. And Kimber Turner's there to get the rebound. And she lays it in. And now Coach Hale wanted to charge. Back at the other end, we have a travel called on Aker. And Coach Hale didn't see that, or she'd be hollering about that one too. Because I'm not sure she walked, but Skaggs hands the ball to Bailey Carson. We got 5:03 left in the third quarter. Olivia Cruz at the head of the key. In the corner to Turner. Back to Cruz. Skaggs posting up hard there. I'd like to see him get it in there because Davis has got 2 fouls. Olivia Cruz dribbles over to the right side, gives it to Skaggs. She's wide open. And the reach-in foul. There's the foul on Davis. And Coach Hale didn't think that was a foul there. But Davis has got 3. Now they definitely need to take it in. They get it into Skaggs. Missed another one. Right in front of the basket. I don't know how. I can't even count how many she's missed tonight. At least 4 or 5 of them. And that would give the Donettes a pretty good lead. Reinbach dribbles to the baseline, goes in. Oh. And I think Coach Hale called that one for him. And that's Olivia Cruz's 4th foul. So this is going to turn into whoever has the players left on the floor at the end of the game. And Reinbach's just dribbling in there and throwing it up. And well, Maddie Eddington's going to come into the game. And Reinbach missed again. I think every time she's been there, she's made one, missed the first and made the second one. So the Donettes hang on to a 1-point lead with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter, but they've got Klepsik and Cruz on the bench with 4 fouls. And that's what she did again. That's 10 points for Reinbach now. Bailey Carson gives it to Maddie Eddington. Middle of the floor to Skaggs. Skaggs dribbles down, kicks it out to Bailey Carson, steps into a 3, and no good. And she tries to save it in the corner, but she can't get there. That one looked good from here, but it was just a little bit too long. And I wish Allison Skaggs would have went ahead and took that ball at Davis when she had her down there to see if she'd foul her, because she gets her 4th one. That is going to hurt them bad. Reinbach in the corner, Griffin. Griffin dribbles baseline and dribbles it out of bounds. Off her leg. We're tied at 39. With halfway through the third quarter, 4 minutes to go. Carson throws it down low. Maddie Eddington can't handle a pass. Here we go again. Both teams have kind of lost that edge that Neelyville had in the first quarter, the Donettes in the second quarter, so it'll be a battle to the finish. Backdoor pass, Davis catches and lays it in. Beautiful pass from Aker. And Timber Turner turned her back. You can't turn your back. Allison Skaggs, head of the key, lobs it down low to Turner underneath, kicks it back out to Carson. Carson back out front to Kirby. Kirby dribbles and passes it in, and it's stolen. And Davis is going to take it 1-on-4 all the way down. Going to kick it out front. Reinbach steps into a 3. It's good. them bad passes will kill you, forcing the ball. Skaggs takes it in, puts it up, no good, and a blocking foul. See if they call that on Davis, or they're going to call it on Griffin, I think. Well, Griffin has 4. So they have Haygood on the bench with 4, Griffin with 4. I would have rather they called that on Davis, but. So it's a 5-point lead for Neelyville. That's the biggest lead anybody's had in a while. Skaggs will make the first one. She has 12 points now. And Griffin goes to the bench with 4 fouls. And Sydney Speck comes in for the Donettes, and she replaces Maddie Eddington. That one is too long. And a good block out by Aker. That ball would have come right back to Skaggs. And the ball thrown away. Sydney Speck there to pick it up. Goes down, jump stop, and she missed it. That is the 5th layup the Donettes have missed this half. She always likes to do that jump stop, but I wish when she's wide open and nobody there, just go down and shoot a layup. Oh my gosh, that's 10 points that they have missed on wide open layups. If they lose this game, they'll look back at those 10 points. They'd be up 50-44 right now. Reinbach goes in, throws up a wild shot, hits the side of the backboard. Should be Donette's ball. Donette's got to take care of the basketball, and they got to make some layups. My goodness, I don't know how many they've got. They give it to Skaggs. Kicks it out to Carson. Carson dribbles to the paint, out to Kirby. Kirby's going to dribble in, and that should be a block. And it is on Davis, and that's her 4th. That's the one we were looking for. And no matter what, Coach Hale thinks it's a charge every time one of their girls try to draw one. That was not a charge. And it's going to be Grayson Kirby shooting 2 free throws. First one is good. And that's Kirby's first point. Is she going to leave Davis in the ball game? Kirby's second one is also good. That gets the Donettes back within 2. And they also have Gracie Green in the ball game. Over to Aker. Aker dribbles in. And nice move, but she missed the shot. Skaggs with the rebound. They got Speck ahead, and they're going to try to throw it. And Reinbach got in front of her. And again, that's where you need the lob pass instead of trying to throw it through somebody. And Kirby just picked up another foul. Or a foul, excuse me, that's her first. You got to lob that ball instead of throwing it through people, because Reinbach just, I don't know if she even touched it, but she got her arms in the way, and Speck couldn't see it. And Davis is going to go to the bench, and they're going to bring Dobbins in. So right now is where the Donettes need to make a move with Davis on the bench and stick with Reinbach everywhere she goes. Maybe even have a couple of people on her. Because these other girls played in the JV game, and the Donettes won the JV game. Ball batted out of bounds by Bailey Carson. Well, Reinbach's going to be looking to score right here because she is the main offensive threat out there right now. So they need to help off on her all that they can and make somebody else make a shot. Akers gives it to Dobbins. Over to Green, 3-pointer short. The ball kind of tipped all the way back out to her. Drives to the baseline. Back out front, Dobbins, she's going to try a 3. It's no good. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Neelyville. So that's what I mean. You make some of those younger girls who probably have not played in a lot of varsity games like this that close. A close game like this. Kirby finds a seam. Dribbles down, kicks it out to Speck in the corner. Speck dribbles out of it. Gives it back to Carson. Carson with 1:28, free throw line to Skaggs. And we're going to have a reach-in foul on Neelyville. That will be their 15th foul. That foul's on number 2, Gracie Green. So both teams have 5 fouls. So really, neither coach can say too much about the fouls because they were even in the first half as well. Lob in, Skaggs drops it back to Carson. She lays it in. That time, Skaggs didn't try to shoot it. She just tipped it right back to Carson. She stepped inbound. Aker dribbles out, feathers out to the left wing. Dribbles into the paint, and she double dribbles. They had a lot of double dribbles and carrying the basketball in the first half. Coach Hale working the referees again. She talks to the one who didn't make the call there. They do that all the time, though, because the one that made the call is usually not close to them. In the lane to Skaggs, turns to the baseline, put it up, no good. And a rebound down to Akers. There wasn't any Donettes there to get the rebound. We're tied 44 all. Reinbach dribbles down into the paint, throws it up off the glass, and it's good. And again, you can't let her shoot the basketball. If you do, you got to make her throw one up. Neelyville back up by 2. Ball in the corner to Eddington. Out front, Carson. Carson dribbles into the paint, and they're going to call a travel. And again, they've got a chance to take the lead here, and they've got Davis on the bench with 4 fouls. So they called a walk. They're lining up for a free throw, but they didn't call that. They called a walk on Carson. I'll watch him throwing the ball deep here. Inbounds pass comes to Akers. And it's knocked away by Eddington. Out to Speck. Speck has it knocked away. It goes right back to Neelyville. You ought to know there's people behind you when there's only one ahead of you. Aker dribbles into the paint. Throws up a wild shot, and it's blocked. Skaggs lobs it up ahead. Speck. This time she goes in, lays it up. It's good! And she's fouled on the play. That time she didn't do the jump stop. She went straight up and shot a layup. And Sydney Speck scores her first 2 and ties the game with 6.4. Coach Hale on the official again. Sometimes, I don't know, she is a heck of a coach, but sometimes I think she spends too much time on the official and not coaching her team. And Coach Epps calls a timeout with 6.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Sydney Speck may have got hit in the face there. She looks like she's holding. Is her nose bleeding or something? She's holding her face. Huh? Oh. Okay. Anyway, she's going to have a chance to give the Donettes a lead before the end of the third quarter. And if she makes it, they need to make sure that they don't let Reinbach get the ball if they can keep from it. And Sydney Speck will be at the line here with 6.4 seconds to go. And hopefully she'll make it, and hopefully they can make somebody else bring the ball inbound besides Reinbach, because she's going to take it to the hole. Speck takes her time, eyes it up, shoots the free throw, and it's good. Inbounds pass comes to Reinbach. She gives it up to Akers. Akers down to the baseline, and they don't get a shot off. So the Donettes are going to take a lead, 47-46. Into the fourth quarter, lots of foul trouble on both teams, so we'll see what happens. Donettes outscoring 15-13 in that quarter and have a 1-point lead in this very important Ozark Foothills Conference game. We'll take a 1-minute break, be back with fourth quarter. Don't leave us.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
Welcome back, everybody, and we have got a good one here. This big crowd has been treated to a good one all the way through. The only quarter that this game wasn't close, and Neelyville come out firing, had a 25-12 lead. Donettes outscored them 20-8 in the second quarter. It was a 1-point game for Neelyville ahead, and now the Donettes have taken a 1-point lead heading to the fourth quarter. Donettes will have the ball. They come out with Grayson Kirby, Bailey Carson, Sydney Speck, Maddie Eddington, and Allison Skaggs. And Neelyville doesn't bring Davis in. Speck open for three. It's good! Sydney Speck had a three-point play. Now she's got a three-point bucket. The Donettes up by 4. Aker in the back court. Dribbles up, lobs in, the ball knocked away. Skaggs knocked it away, and it went to Carson, and she is fouled. And that's going to be the bonus time for the Donettes. That is team foul number 7. And it'll be Bailey Carson going to the free throw line. There's foul trouble for both teams. Olivia Cruz, Brooklyn Klepsic have 4 for the Donettes, and they're on the bench. Timber Turner has 3. She's on the bench. And Mackenzie Davis has 4, Lexus Haygood 4, and Brooke Griffin 4. And Griffin and Haygood are coming back in right now. And Bailey Carson will be shooting a 1-and-1. Bailey has 8 points in the game. Eyes the free throw up, missed it, and the rebound comes down to Reinbach. Donettes up 50-46. Haygood handling the ball out front. Eddington on her, takes it to Griffin right wing. Baseline to Aker. Aker dribbles back to the wing, the pass behind the defender. And here goes Speck again, lays it up and in. Sydney Speck has scored the last 8 points for the Donettes. And here comes Mackenzie Davis as the Donettes have taken a 6-point lead. Now Bailey Carson steals it. Away from Haygood, lays it in. And that is 10 points for Carson. And before Coach Hale could get Mackenzie Davis back in the game, the Donettes have taken an 8-point lead. 54-46, the timeout called by Coach Hale. 8-point lead for the Donettes. Just underway in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute. I'm not sure I have a voice left for
Our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage. We have several references upon request. Contact Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can assist you with all your timber harvesting needs.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
Neelyville's got their starters back out there. Davis playing with 4 fouls. Griffin in the corner, open for 3, missed it. And Bailey Carson with a rebound. Carson with a rebound, throws it up the floor. And she had Skaggs out ahead of the pack, but the ball was batted out of bounds. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted by Brooke Griffin, so it'll stay with the Donettes under there on the basket. Now this is where they need to lob it into Skaggs. Davis has got 4 fouls. They lob it into her right out in front. She missed it again. And the ball saved in, picked up by Davis. Oh my goodness gracious, the layups and the missed shots right out in front of the basket. Haygood with it. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Haygood left wing to Akers. Akers hands it to Davis. Davis dribbles into the paint. Shot up, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Griffin. And again, head coach Hale calling for a foul. Every time they shoot, if they don't make it, she's calling for a foul. Back to a little full court pressure, or 3/4 court. Kirby dribbles into the paint, gives it to Turner. Turner brings it back out. Skaggs at the head of the key. Dribbles on the right side, goes in, puts it up, no good. Ball tipped out, picked up by Haygood. Passes up to Akers. Akers hands it to Davis. Puts it up and in, and a foul. And again, we take a bad shot. And they get a layup on the other end, a chance for a 3-point play. That foul's on Bailey Carson, her 3rd. And Mackenzie Davis doing a good job of running the floor. And she'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Donettes have missed it. So many easy shots. It is unreal. Sydney Speck goes out. She had a good run there, scored 8 points in a row for the Donettes to give them that lead. And Brooklyn Klepsic playing with 4 comes back in. Olivia Cruz still on the bench with 4. Davis makes the free throw. She has 19 points, and it's down to a 5-point lead. As Kirby brings it into the front court. Gives it to Bailey Carson. Looks over to Coach Epps. Carson dribbles to the left lane, bounces it to Skaggs. Back to Carson. Carson dribbles in, hands it to Skaggs. Spins into the paint, lays it up and in. Got that one to go. She's got 14. She could have about 30. Lead back to 7. 56-49. That was a great play the Donettes run. Akers left wing tried to bounce it, and it's going to be kicked by Brooklyn Klepsik. So Neelyville will keep it over on the left sideline. 5:31 to go in the game. Haygood will throw it in. Gets it into Akers. Akers to Davis. Davis playing on 2 defenders on her. She misses a shot from the free throw line, and a good rebound by Kirby. Reinbot on her back, and Kirby got it off to Carson. Carson throws it. Klepsik fakes the 3, lobs it into the paint. Skaggs turns, shoots, missed it. Got it back, put it up, missed it. Oh. You can't get any better shots than that. Pass ahead, Davis again. Step back jumper, it's no good. And she is going to save her rebound in the corner. She just out-hustled the Donette. Reinbot into the paint, she missed it. Got her own rebound, put it up, and it hit the cable. Yeah, Davis out-hustled the Donettes down in that corner. They should have got that rebound. Under 5 minutes to go. Kirby brings it into the front court. Backs it back out, gives it to Carson. 4:45 left in the ballgame. Donettes lead 56-49. Bounce pass to Skaggs. Back to Carson. They're going to try to run that play again. Carson in the lane. Skaggs turns and scores. It goes in. I thought that one was going to come off. And Coach Hale all over the officials. And it's back to a 9-point lead. Haygood picks up her dribble. Gets some help from Griffin. It's Reinbot. Reinbot goes in and she puts it up. And we're going to have a blocking foul called, and I think that's going to be on Klepsik. That's going to be her 5th. That was a nice shot there by Peyton Reinbot. And it counts. And she's up to 17 points now. And that is 5 fouls on Brooklyn Klepsik. She's going to foul out with 11 points. Coach Epps is taking his turn of questioning the officials. He ought to get a turn. It's been questioned every time they've been down the floor on the other end. Sydney Speck will come in. Klepsik fouls out with 11 points. And Reinbot is trying to make it a 6-point game again with 4:17 to go. And Reinbot and Davis have done all the damage. And we knew that coming in. She misses that one short, and the ball's going to be tipped out, and it's going to be out of bounds on the Donettes. Gosh, you got to get a rebound, girls. That went over to the left side, and Timber Turner was on that side, and she didn't go after the ball. She blocked out, but she didn't go after the ball. Reinbot will give it out to Haygood with 4:10 to go. Haygood spins down into the paint. Throws up a shot, no good. Davis with the rebound. She missed it. And Allison Skaggs gets the rebound. Throws it up the floor. Speck. There you go. Nice job there. Don't throw it away. You got the lead, 7 points. Under 4 minutes to go. Grayson Kirby to Speck in the corner to Turner. Back to Sydney Speck. Donettes don't even have to shoot the ball. Neelyville's played a zone the whole time. You can stand out there and hold it, make them come out and guard you. And you might get a wide open layup. Donettes playing catch out front. Clock running with 3:33 left in the game. 3 guards playing catch out front. Sydney Speck bounces it back to Kirby. Kirby gives it to Speck. She's going to shoot a 3. No good. Now that, you can get that shot anytime you want it. Why didn't they go ahead and take some more time off the clock? Olivia Cruz getting ready to come back in the game. She hasn't been in there in a long time. Haygood gives it to Reinbot. Reinbot drives, puts it up, no good, and Speck, instead of grabbing the ball, tapped it, and they're going to keep it again. You can't keep giving them that many shots. Speck checks out. Olivia Cruz playing with 4 back in the ball game. Donettes have already lost Brooklyn Klepsik. Neelyville has 3 players with 4 fouls. And with 3:03, we got a timeout called. The Donettes up 58-51. They have outscored Neelyville this quarter. Let's see, 11-5. They had a 1-point lead at the end of the third quarter. It is now 7. And not much time left. I just wish the Donettes, they played catch and run at least 30 seconds off the clock there. And then Speck steps up and shoots a three-pointer that she could have got any time on the clock. She was open, don't get me wrong, but why not run some more time off that clock? Make them foul you, get to the free throw line. Both teams are in the bonus. I know you'd like to get the lead bigger, but if you miss and they get the rebound, they got a chance to shrink that lead. Well, it'd be Neelyville's ball over on the left sideline. They got Olivia Cruz guarding Akers to try to keep from picking up that foul because she's a good free throw shooter. Inbounds pass comes to Reinbach. Gives it back to Haygood. Now to Davis. Davis spins into the lane. Good help defense. She puts it up anyway and banks it in. I don't know that she meant to bank that in, but they count like the three-pointer she made at the end of the first quarter. Donettes with the ball and a 5-point lead. Almost a bad pass. Ball to Skaggs at the free throw line. Throws it back to Cruz. 2:35 to go. Cruz dribbles in, bounces to Carson. Back to Cruz with 2:30. Back to Bailey Carson. Now to Olivia Cruz. Cruz dribbles to the right side. Got to get some help. Carson comes to the center of the floor and gets the ball. And we're going to have a foul on Haygood, and that's her 5th. And that was a pretty chintzy foul there. She didn't do much there. So Bailey Carson will be shooting a one-on-one. They're going to have to foul sooner or later if the Donettes keep just hanging on to the ball anyway. So it'll be a one-on-one for Bailey Carson. And we got Ella Aker checking in. She didn't even go to the scorer's table. Usually you have to run by the scorer's table to check in. She just run out on the floor. Big free throw here for Bailey Carson. Puts it up and it in and out. Timber Turner with the offensive rebound. Gives it to Skaggs. She's going to shoot it, take it back out. Oh my goodness. They couldn't handle the rebound though, so the Donettes will keep it. Well, she shot that one just almost straight flat. It's 58-53. Donettes will have the ball underneath their basket. 2:18 to go. We got a timeout. We will be back in, let's see. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back with more Donettes basketball on Current River Broadcasting.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're winding it down here. 2:18 to go. The Donettes lead Neelyville 58-53. And if the Donettes get it in, they lob it into Skaggs. Right back to Carson. Out to Kirby. She's going to shoot a three. And no good, and Neelyville gets the rebound. Why in the world are we shooting a three-pointer? Pass ahead to Griffin. Griffin trying to get it to Davis. In the lane, Aker puts it up and no good. Ball tipped around. Davis gets it and she gets fouled. Why in the world are we shooting three-pointers? They're not even playing man-to-man. All you got to do is pass the ball around. They're going to have to foul you. Now they got a chance to cut it to a three-point lead. And she missed it. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a couple of bullets the Donettes have already dodged. .159 to go. It's 58-53. Donettes by 5. 58-54. That's 22 points for Davis now. And bounce pass comes into Cruz. Gives it to Carson. Up in the front court to Turner. Now to Skaggs in the middle of the floor. Now the Donettes need to run some clock. Carson dribbles to the center of the floor. Bounces to Olivia Cruz. Looking for a back door. Cruz dribbles in. Gives it to Kirby. Kirby hands it back to Cruz. 1:35 to go. Olivia Cruz double team. Gets around her man. Down low to Turner. Turner's going to go in. Put it up. Good! That's the way you do it. You wait till you get a layup. 60-54. Davis to the other end. They take it away. Oh, Grayson Kirby had it. Bailey Carson goes to the floor. Olivia Cruz has got a left-handed layup, and she lays it in. Donettes up by 8. Neelyville's going to have to shoot threes now. Guard that three-point line. Griffin. And the pass is stolen by Skaggs. Skaggs taking it one-on-one with Griffin. Goes down. Lost the handle. Got it back. Spins, shoots, and she is fouled. Foul's on number 15, Aker. 6, 8, 9. And Allison Skaggs has got 16 points. And that was a shooting foul, so it'll be 2 shots. If we have any more fouls on Neelyville, the Donettes will shoot 2 the rest of the game. Skaggs' free throw, rims around and in. She's trying to give the Donettes a 10-point lead with 57.8 seconds to go. And it's good. Well, she has shot well from the free throw line tonight. Reinbott into the front court. Need to guard the three-point line. If they want to go in and shoot 2s, you let them have it. Griffin out to Akers. Good defense. They take it down low to Reinbott. Puts it up no good. And Davis rebounds. And oh my goodness. Timber Turner fouled her. But you got to make sure she don't make that basket. They have such a hard time figuring out if you're going to foul them to where they can't make the basket and make them shoot 2 free throws. That's 24 for Davis and chance to make it 25. And that is 5 fouls on Timber Turner. I only had her for 4, so I missed one somewhere. Well, the Donettes have had 2 foul out. And Neelyville has only had 1, Haygood. And Maddie Eddington will come in for the Donettes. Turner fouls out with 4 points. She's done a good job defensively on Davis. I know you think she got 24, maybe 25 points here, but she done a nice job on her. Made her work for everything. The free throw, no good. Ball out of bounds, I think, off the Donettes, so they're going to get a chance here. Donettes have had a hard time rebounding and missed free throws. They hit a 3 here. It's a 5-point game. You still got 42.8 seconds to go. Make them hit a 2, if anything. They get it into Griffin. Bounce down low to Reinbott. Puts it up with the left hand. It's good. 19 for Reinbott. And Coach Hale gets a timeout. 64-58 with 36.4 seconds to go. And that may be her last timeout. We're going to keep it here. I don't think I've mentioned, but tomorrow night we'll be back on the air. The boys will be home against the East Prairie Eagles. Also homecoming tomorrow night, so we'll have another huge crowd tomorrow night. Gym almost packed here tonight. Over on the far side, it basically is packed, and there's not very many seats on this side. A lot of folks come out for this Neelyville-Doniphan matchup tonight. Donettes trying to stay undefeated in the Ozark Foothills Conference with a couple of games to go. And I noticed they've got a game against Clearwater, but I've noticed the last couple of games Clearwater's girls have forfeited. I don't know if they've got COVID issues. They don't have very many numbers. They usually don't have very many players on their team. So I'm not sure that they'll even get to have that game. So that may be a forfeit as well. I've seen the last 2 games they've played, they've forfeited. So they've also got to play Twin Rivers. They've already beat East Carter, Naylor, Greenville. This would be 4-0 if they win this one. And they got Twin Rivers left next week at Twin Rivers. That'll be a battle as well. The Donettes to inbound. You got to get it in against full court pressure. Get it in, make them foul you. Get it across the half line and make them foul you. Eddington with the ball, gets it to Skaggs. Skaggs waits on her teammates. Gives it to Cruz. Cruz gets it across the half line. Clock winding down here. They're going to have to foul. Cruz with the basketball. Reverses her dribble. Now she picks it up and gives it to Skaggs with 20 seconds left. Back to Cruz with 18. And finally, Akers fouls Olivia Cruz. Well, they let quite a bit of time run off, down to 17.3. Natalie Akers, that's her third foul. No, it's her fourth. Now it's Olivia Cruz at the line, be shooting 2. That's a 10th team foul. And she makes it. And Olivia Cruz got a chance to get into double figures. Donettes already have a couple players in double figures and a couple more close. Actually, they have 3 in double figures and another one close. And Olivia burns both free throws. She's got 10. Reinbach to the other end, leads 8. Aker dribbles baseline, throws it up, no good. Ball tipped around, loose on the floor. And Davis gets it and puts it in again, and she gets fouled. And I think that may be on, nope, that's going to be on Eddington, I think. I tell you what, maybe he did call it on Cruz. He did. I didn't even think she was around the ball. I thought it was Eddington. She wasn't even around. Oh, there you go. That's what I thought. Eddington was the one that committed the foul. I tell you what, Davis is some player, though, folks. I tell you, that was some kind of shot. And she's got a chance to make it a 5-point game again, but only 7.1 seconds to go. She makes the free throw. Donettes get it in. They get it into Skaggs. Skaggs throws it over to Carson. Back to Cruz. Cruz dribbling it up. And we get a foul with 1.2. And the Donettes are going to hang on and do it. They were down 13 points at the end of the first quarter. And they've come back and they're going to beat the Neelyville Tigers. It's going to be Olivia Cruz again. And that is going to be the 5th foul on Davis. But boy, I tell you what, folks, she had 27 points tonight for Neelyville. And Coach Hale's going to wait as long as she possibly can here. She had not been happy all night long. They've actually shot about the same amount of free throws. So I don't know how you can gripe too much. 14, 13, 27. Donettes have shot 5 more free throws than them. I mean, Davis goes to the bench with 27. And it'll be Olivia Cruz shooting 2 more for the Donettes, and she can add a couple of more points to her total. 1.2 seconds, folks. Doniphan's going to be 4-0 in the conference. Olivia continues to knock down the free throws. That's why Coach waited so long to put her back in. He knew they was going to have to start fouling. And she has made her free throws. It may jinx her on this one, but nope, not her. And Neelyville gets it in, and that's the ball game. 68-61, the Donettes win. And they are 4-0 in the Ozark Foothills Conference. And overall, they are 13-3 now on the season. Neelyville drops to 11-5. So the Donettes got a leg up on getting that number 1 seed in the OFC tournament. Scoring for Neelyville, Mackenzie Davis had 27, Peyton Reinbach 19. So they scored 46 of their 61, and we figured that coming in. Brooke Griffin had 7, Lexus Haygood 4, Natalie Akers 2, and Ella Aker 2. And they were 2, 4, 6 out of 10, 12 out of 21 from the free throw line. The Donettes were, 15, and they only missed 4, 11, 23 out of 29 from the free throw line. Excellent free throw shooting again. The leading scorer for the Donettes was Allison Skaggs with 18 points. Olivia Cruz had 12, 11 for Brooklyn Klepsik, Bailey Carson 10, Sydney Speck 8, and then she scored those 8 points at a crucial time in the game. And she had all 8 points in a row for the Donettes when the Donettes took the lead. And she was, I never mentioned all night, folks, but she was playing hurt. She sprained her ankle real bad in practice yesterday, but she gutted it out and played great when she was in there. And also the Donettes were missing Kendra Moore tonight. She's sick. And Olivia Cruz was, I think, had an upset stomach as well. So the time she sat on the bench might have helped her out. Then we had So you had 10 from Bailey Carson, 8 from Sydney Speck, 4 for Timber Turner, and then 2 points from Addie Eddington. And I'm missing somebody here. Nope, I believe that's it. 2 points for Grayson Kirby. And the Donettes win at 68-61. Remember, tomorrow night we'll be back here for the boys playing the East Prairie Eagles. And it'll be homecoming night, so we'll be on the air tomorrow night a little before 6 o'clock, so make sure you join us. This is Keith Molman. You've been watching the Donettes on Current River Broadcasting. Good night, everybody.